Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Menachem Creditor. It's my honor to serve as scholar in residence and rabbi for UJA Federation of New York. We bring you Torah and music, blessing and community every weekday. We've been doing so since March 18th, 2020. Today it is Tuesday, June 18th, 2024. Oh, before I say anything else, Boker Tov to my beautiful boy, Moshe, at Camp Ramah Darom. UJA has come to you every weekday morning since March 18th, 2020. Today is Tuesday, June 18th, 2024. It has been a blessing to be part of this growing community from all over the world. Thank you, Penny, for reminding us it is broadcast 1074. We say good morning to each other. We learn Torah together. We hold each other up. It is good to see you, Kai and Ron, Arlene, Jim, Boker Tov, Linda, Carl and Dale, Fabrice sending love to rainy Paris, Stacy and Barbara, Rose and Minna, Boker Tov, Debbie sending love to Colorado, Lydia and Cecile, Anya, Michelle, Patricia, good morning, Linda and Barry, Catherine, 11 p.m. freezing weather in Australia, rainy in Paris, freezing in Australia, and incredibly hot here in New York. I hope everyone stays safe, takes good care of ourselves and each other. Good morning, Stan. Good to see you. Peter, sending love to Frankfurt. It's good to see you. And you are conveying love from Rosa, our friend, via YouTube to pass on her loving regards to our Torah family. She closed her Facebook account. And that is amazing. Amazing. Thank you for sending us her love. Susie, it's hot in Toronto. Sending love and some cool air to you. Judy, good to see you. Yes, of course. Ellen and Natalie, good morning. Penny, thank you. I'm glad yesterday was beautiful for everyone to meet my sister. I'm so glad. Shari and Amy, Iris, Julie Ann, Boker Tov. Good to see all of you. Let's see who else is here. We'll say a quick hello all around and then we'll begin. Iris sending love to Florida. Nancy and Holly, Boker Tov. Hi, Deborah. Who else is here? Debbie, nice to see you. Lisa and Joyce, Ashley and Haley. Let's get started. Hi, Arlene. Okay. Iris. I love my sister too. Here we go. It's good to see all of you. Julie Ann, I'm so sorry to hear of the loss of your friend Shari. May her memory be a blessing and may you feel all of us offering you our comfort. It's so good to see you. It's so good to see all of you. I hope that you all are safe and well. We are in the middle of the book of Bamidbar. We just began. It is an extraordinary thing to see the Israelites who have traversed a good chunk of what we need to traverse in order to become free. The generation that knew slavery has largely died in the desert, and the children born into a rugged kind of freedom are now the Israelites that Moses is leading. And some of this learning I'll be channeling from Rabbi Jonathan Sachs, Zichrono Livracha, who quotes Ron Heifetz, a tremendous leadership leader and professor and teacher at the Kennedy School. Um, and there are different kinds of leadership that are shown, but in order to understand how they apply here, let me cite a part of the Parsha. Moshe comes to a breaking point. It is an incredibly complicated thing to be a leader and an unfathomable thing to be the leader of Bnei Israel, of the Israelites, our ancestors, as they struggle, as they struggle, being fed miraculously by manna. It still doesn't feel like enough. Not only do miracles begin to feel routine, like breathing, waking up, having a friend, seeing, having a roof over my head. Those things are not routine. Those things are not expectable. In fact, the phrase that I've used in a song that I wrote says this: Olam chesed yibaneh, is actually in its context a way, and Maimonides emphasizes this, a way of understanding that love is how the world exists. We couldn't have earned the beauty of the sky, the tree, a friend. It is a blessing that far surpasses our capacity to earn something. How important it is for us to walk around with that kind of nurtured gratitude. That's why the blessings every morning in a traditional Jewish liturgical practice, a prayer life, begin with, God, you set my feet upon the earth. You help me straighten my back. You're supposed to straighten your back when you say that blessing. You wake my eyes from slumber when you rub your eyes, which you should be careful about doing with allergies. There's a blessing for that, because all of these are miracles. But when you are in hard circumstances like our ancestors were in the desert, or like our sisters and brothers are in the south of Israel, increasingly in the north of Israel, on campuses, in the world, it is hard to retain that sense of gratitude. And Moses is human. He deserves our praise. Lo kam k'Moshe od. There was never another prophet like Moshe, which is an interesting phrase given that, thank God, we have had blessed leaders who have also helped us grow and transition, cared for us indefatigably. I know on the fifth floor of UJA, a whole bunch of little Moseses and Miriams and Aarons. In fact, not just the fifth floor, go all the way up until my friend and teacher John Rusquet in the attic. Perhaps the most modest but beautiful Moses of all. Tell him I said so. What we have in front of us, friends, is a Torah portion that reminds us what it is to cultivate gratitude. And since I was going to say this later, but my mother, hi Ima, is here, I get to say it to her directly. Today is my parents' 52nd wedding anniversary. And most of all, Mazel Tov. Most of all, Mazel Tov. How important it is, as their child, for me to point to what it is to witness a journey. I haven't witnessed it all 52 years, but most of them. To see what it is to cultivate gratitude for life itself, for a relationship that is pervaded by love. What I want to point to most of all in this week's Parsha, and this is what Rabbi Sachs teaches, is that the Israelites are not easy. And Moses has a moment. Everyone deserves one. He's certainly earned it. Where he says to God, and I'm paraphrasing, he says, I just can't anymore. I just can't. Why have you made it so bad for me? Let me die. If this is what you wanted, just let me die. And God responds with encouragement and challenge, because in every moment of a life shared, And I say this with appreciation to my wonderful parents. In every moment of life shared, in any moment of an individual's life, there are decisions to be made, and all of them are about cultivating gratitude. That is how we get to the next moment. How beautiful it is to have the opportunity to do this. And what Rabbi Sachs, quoting Ron Heifetz, says is that there are at least two kinds of leadership: technical leadership and adaptive leadership. Technical leadership is when there's a problem, there's a fix. In fact, when Moses um, is God's agent in freeing the Israelites, our ancestors from Egypt, the miracles are technical fixes. Here's what you do, here's what you do, here's what you do. When you have a computer, you bring it in. Please God, someone knows how to fix it. You have a flat tire. Please God, someone's around to fix it. Maybe you. But what about when the problem involves me? What about when I'm part of the thing that needs fixing? Moses himself is in that. This isn't a problem from the outside, it's from the inside. The book of Bamidbar, the book of Numbers that we are in, Parshat Behaalotecha is part of, is not the kind of problem from the outside that needs to be handled. Over and over in the book of Bamidbar, the book of Numbers, we pose problems to us. It's an internal strife that needs to be faced. I encourage anyone, Linda, I see that you're interested in this, to look up Ron Heifetz's writings, especially Leadership on the Line. This is an important thing because we are in and of and must be for our world. How do we live forward responsibly, knowing that, well, there are big problems and there aren't always easy answers. In fact, we might be part of the problem. For us to understand the challenge of life itself, we must, as Rabbi Abram Joshua Heschel taught us, live life like it is a work of art. Admire it, paint it, wide brushstrokes, points. Be the artist you are as you chart the path of your life, certainly. But when there are problems, and there will be problems, freedom comes with problems. We can't always look to the outside to solve our problems for us. We have to address what is inside. That is an incredibly important part of a mature life, self-reflection. That doesn't mean it's always going to be easy. It will not. Moses did not have it easy. He did not. Moses broke in this week's Torah portion, and that's fair. We don't judge. How could we? We only made it this far because of what he gave us. But the work on the inside, as Shari just wrote, it's an inside job. This is work. We're in the desert, but it is not a bad place. It just requires navigation. We have to make really good decisions and take really good care of ourselves and really tend to our neighbors, our people, our world, our planet. The book of Bamidbar is a challenge which is different than the kind of challenges that are offered in the book of Exodus. In Exodus, we need to be freed from Egypt. We receive the Torah. Both of those things describe the external forces. This, friends, this is different. This is about tending to our own hearts. Moses breaks because the people break. The people say, we can't stand the food that we have. We can't stand this, we can't stand that. And again, how can I judge them? How can I judge our ancestors? Schwer zu sein a Yid. It's hard to be a Jew. It's also hard to be in the desert. It's hard. But the starting point, friends, is that we get to go together just like they did. We get to be part of healing our people, which begins with recognizing that we are in and of and for our people. It's how we have to be in relationship. In and of and for. Tending to the self, because the self is part of the whole. When we began this broadcast almost 4.5 years ago, often, I know I did this, you might have done it too, we placed our hands over our hearts to remember that we have them and that they're working and that we're strong enough for this. Let's offer our comfort back in time to our ancestor, our teacher, a prophet, Moshe Rabbeinu, because he had a hard moment. And how grateful we should be for all the work he did to lead us forward with what he was carrying inside himself. I hope you'll take time, and if you only remember one thing from this broadcast, let it be this. I hope that you'll take time to recognize people who have truly given of themselves to lead our people and community. This is not easy. I hope you'll call your rabbi. I hope you call your cantor. I hope you'll call your educational director and the teachers of your children and your educational environments. I hope you'll call the president of your shul. I hope you'll call fundraisers at UJA and planners at UJA. I hope you'll call the people who do the work of leading our community, and you'll say, I imagine this work is hard for you. I hope it's rewarding, but not every moment is going to be that, I'm sure. So I just want to say thank you. I am grateful for you. This is a moment where Moshe models what it is to really carry the burdens of leadership. I hope that we can be compassionate to him. I hope we can be compassionate to ourselves, and I hope that we can show gratitude for those who might not be on the broadcast who deserve to hear such a message, especially at the end of an academic year, the beginning of a summer, which, friends, we're not done with what we're facing as a people. We're in the middle of it. Gratitude is necessary now. So please take a moment when we're done. Call somebody who gives of themselves to lead the community, your community, and say thank you. Really important. Makes a big difference. Might comfort them so that they can feel strong doing the work they have always felt called to do. And as we do that work, let's remember that we're strong enough to offer our hearts. For all of these days, we've been offering our hearts. Let's offer our hearts to our people. Grateful to the young soldiers who are keeping us safe. Grateful to Israeli society for showing up and demanding good leadership. Grateful for the work of grassroots organizations left, right, and center in Israeli society and here in the United States for doing the work it takes to hold us well. Let us be part of that great work. Let's send our hearts to the East, knowing that prayer and gratitude and the hard work we do with our bodies will heal our people and our world. Let's sing. Kol hod balevav pnima nefesh Yehudi homia ulefatei mizrach kadima ayin letzion tzofia on lo avda tikvatenu hatikva bat shnot alpayim liot am chofshi be'atzenu eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim liot am chofshi be'atzenu eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim. Bring them home now. Am Yisrael Chai. See you tomorrow, friends. Take care.